Dead at just 32, the causes of Alexander the Great's death have never been fully explained. However, senior lecturer and practicing clinician at Dunedin School of Medicine, Dr. Catherine Hall, is saying he could have died from a neurological disorder called Guillain-Barré syndrome. She started her investigation after learning the circumstances of the ancient conqueror's death.
I thought, gosh, this reminds me of the patients I've seen when I was in intensive care medicine some years ago with Guillain-Barré syndrome. So I went away and started researching it and discovered that no one had taken this idea at all seriously. It had been mentioned once and dismissed in a couple of paragraphs worth in one paper and had never been properly explored.
The disorder is an autoimmune disease, often caused by Campylobacter bacteria. At the time of his death, people said Alexander's body had still not started to decompose a week later, which supports her theory.
6 days after his death, the Egyptian embalmers arrived and found he was still in a completely normal state with no signs of decomposition, and at first refused to embalm him, saying he's not dead yet, or words to that effect. And Guillain-Barré syndrome can induce a profound coma, but also reduce your oxygen demands so that you can look to all intents and purposes dead, but actually still be alive.
Over the centuries, there have been numerous suggestions for what caused the unsolved death, including infections, alcoholism, or even poisoning. Other New Zealand researchers have suggested a poisonous plant.
Pat Wheatley from the Classics Department and Leo Schlepp from Toxicology, and they put forward the idea that Alexander had died from poisoning, whether deliberate or accidental, of a type of plant called the white hellebore. It doesn't really fit with white hellebore poisoning, and one of the authors, Pat Wheatley, has expressed some doubts to me about the validity of this diagnosis, and it has also been challenged in the literature as well.
Last month saw Dr. Hall's article published in the Ancient History Bulletin. The next step is to see how the international scientific community responds to her arguments. In Dunedin, for the South Today.